Water is the gift of life. Nothing in this world can live without water. As women, we have a special relationship with water, as we too are life givers. And for 9 months, we carry our children beneath our heart in water.
What we do to the earth today are going to affect our children 5 generations down the road. So if we poison the water, the land, and everything like that, then there'll be nothing for the future generations of children. We are all part of something.
I have a son. His future's important to me. I want him to grow up the way that I grew up. I want him to be able to do the things that I did without having to worry about swimming in water that has chemicals in it.
He's a fighter, a baby fighter. We try to live in harmony with our Mother Earth. We try to live together with everybody here. Everything has a spirit. The animals, the water, the trees. And if one of those elements are gone, it'll all fall down. There'll be nothing left. Part of our life and culture is with water. And fishing is Mi'kmaq people. I'm teaching my grandson. He wants to be a fisherman. He's learning about conservation, how to preserve fish. So when he grows old enough to start fishing, he'll have future generations of stock. If the water doesn't die.
When I first heard about it, I was reading the newspaper and buying into the fact that they were saying that SWN, an energy company out of Houston, was coming to make all these jobs and all this revenue, to make all our dreams come true. And then I started doing research.
Wherever the industry went, the complaints from the people living there were becoming more and more vocal. And there was a lot of talk about people not feeling well, complaining about headaches and nosebleeds.
I never really worried. And then I think it was about May is when I first realized that no, this is coming here and this is dangerous, and the impact that SWN could and will have on our area.
Everything we hunt drinks water. All the animals, all the moose, whatever they drink, if that stuff is contaminated, then our animals will be contaminated and they'll be full of cancer. We don't want that. We eat it all winter, have it all summer in our freezer.
What they try to say was, well, no, we're just exploring it. Doesn't mean we're going to take anything from it. But there's a lot of side effects that can happen just even from the exploratory process.
They were digging holes, shot holes, 15 meters down and dropping explosives in. And they would do this continuously for miles.
One of the shot holes, they broke through the aqua filter and the water got like green or orange or something like bubbling out.
It's disrupting the natural flow of the aquifers underground, for one. There's no doubt about that.
All this talk about, oh, we're going to have the best regulations, we're going to have world-class regulations. Regulations don't do you a whole lot of good when aquifers become contaminated.
These companies come in and say they're doing responsible exploration, but it takes millions of gallons of water to run one well. just to get it started. The reason why this is so important is that if we don't stop them at this stage, at the testing stage, and they find what they're looking for, they're coming back with even bigger machines.
We live in a place where industry pretty much runs the province. We don't have much say as a population what the government does.
This government gave them leases without even asking. They didn't come to my community.
You look at the deep pink, that is SWN, big chunks of New Brunswick.
What set me off is when I saw the sale map. A third of the population was living inside the leased area. So this could directly impact 1/3 of New Brunswick's population.
There was a feeling of, oh, this is just how, people are saying you can't fight against this. They're going to win. And I get a call, someone from the New Brunswick Environmental Network, asking if our group would like to join conference calls. So that's when you found out that there were 30 other groups in the province with the same concerns you had.
This would be so harmful to us. I couldn't know what I knew and not act.
It's a common goal. It's water and air, land. So we felt we had to be a presence and just get in the way.
In the early phases of my activism, I couldn't go to the store for a quart of milk. It would take me 2 hours. I went armed with my petition, my DVDs, and my pins and signs. So heaven help you if you stopped and said, "Hi, Debbie, how's it going?" I told you how it was going.
We had people go to SWN headquarters in Texas and deliver letters. And we had letters being sent to the Premier of New Brunswick. Either you're doing it through writing, or you're going to do it through speaking, or whatever it is that you're good at. You have to normalize resistance. You have to normalize it in every aspect of what you're doing.
I'm not your typical burn my bra, go grab a sign and stand in front of a building kind of mom. But I've seen so many children dying of strange illnesses that can't even be described.
How much water are you supposed to have every day?
Hey, that's my cup.
We have 5 children, 1 currently in heaven. And this is part of the reason why I fight every day.
There's 2 types of trucks. The conventional work trucks, which have the geophones and the batteries in the back. Now, the trucks we were more concerned about were the thumper trucks.
What they would do is take a thumping truck and they have like a little prong and they put it down on the earth and it just literally bangs down. And then it reads like an ultrasound, see if there's any deposits of shale gas in that area.
We found all the equipment on 134, all the trucks where they keep the geophones, the testing trucks, and we were wondering what we should do.
The thumper trucks were right in here.
Just imagine a highway, and then off that highway is a dirt road going to the right, about as wide as 1 lane. After like 30 meters, there's a giant gravel parking lot surrounded and fenced.
This was all the spot that they tried to occupy, but we took it back.
Me and my sisters were there at the time.
Keep going, go ahead. Go ahead.
That was the start of people staying there, just staying on this driveway, in the front of this driveway, and it got larger and larger.
Let it be known to all that we, as the Chief and Council of Elsipogtog, are reclaiming all unoccupied reserve lands.
The Chief and Council will be serving an eviction notice to SWN to get all their trucks out of here today.
If you love something so much, you will do anything for it. That's where we're coming from. It's for the love of the water. It's for the love of our people. We love enough to rise above all of this and to be able to push our beliefs forward.
People just started getting together and planning that if we're going to stay here through the nights, we need to build a camp where the people can stay that are traveling from far away, and to block in where all the equipment was, where it was all fenced in, and everybody started working together for it to happen.
There were English, French, and First Nations looking after each other and looking after the place. It was something to see.
I was asked to go and be a firekeeper there, and that was kind of my first involvement.
When my son was chosen to be the sacred firekeeper, I was pretty taken back because he's only 12. He's too young, I thought.
The fire was in the middle of the trail blocking the compound. That way they couldn't drive their trucks out because then they'd have to run me and the fire over.
They chose him because they were fighting for the next 7 generations. And they felt that because we're fighting for the youth, he should be the firekeeper.
I watched the fire for 7 days, but we didn't get the 8th day because my godmother wasn't feeling very good about tomorrow. So she told me to put out the fire and go home.
7 o'clock in the morning, that's when the raid started.
They had us blocked. We couldn't get out this way, we couldn't get out this way, nor we couldn't get out this way.
I was just running around back and forth, screaming out to people to wake up, wake up. And that's when I heard guns going off. And that's when I started screaming.
They shot 2 people with rubber shotguns, those like orange-handled pump-action things. I saw the shells myself. I heard the shots myself.
The situation has definitely changed. We have over 50 of the RCMP and Molotov cocktails are currently flying out of the woods and into the direction of the RCMP.
And then some kids come in down the dirt road. I don't know how they got in, but literally a bunch of youth are coming up the road.
I had seen a message from an elder that said they needed help. And when I got here, I went into the crowd and I got closer and closer. I seen a line of cops. All of a sudden, there were people yelling, screaming. The only thing that I could think of was to pray. So I got down on my knees and I prayed. And I heard one of the women behind me say, "They're coming. Get ready." I wasn't going anywhere.
After the raid happened, a lot of people were traumatized, but we are healing. It's not going to stop us. We're going to keep going.
We as Anglo, Acadian, Mi'kmaq, united across Canada, North America, the world. Elsa Booker put this on the map. We, the people, have that power.
It's a beautiful day. It's a great day to be Indigenous. Look around, it's a great day to be human.
that moment to squish the movement. We kept going with support for court. We kept going with support on the highways where there were people still standing on the road and standing up against the police and against this company.
Eventually, we found out that the thumper trucks were going and hiding at a place because they were trying to avoid us. So certain people like myself would go ahead and go to that location and look for the thumper trucks and say, okay, thumper trucks are now on their way. Also, we would have different people that worked at gas stations let us know, okay, I see them going down the highway.
The workers were being watched as they slept, as they left for coffee. They were followed along the highways. We had people going 24/7. It really took a lot of work, but it took a lot of working together.
Every time the trucks went out, somebody got in the road, and it took hours before the police arrested everybody and dragged them all away. So it was creating real nightmares, actually, for the industry.
Every day people were waking up and they were like, how am I going to fight today? We had to be relentless. It had to be every day.
They're not going to stop. Neither are we. We have to fight for this earth because there isn't another one. This is the only planet that we have.
SWN, go back home. You'll be stuck here. No matter what we do or do to us, we are going to be here. Listen to the beat of the Mother Earth of the drum. The roadway.
The cops and the SWN security were getting more violent towards our people. People were getting run over. People were punched around, and it was escalating.
All at once, somebody threw tires across the road and then lit them on fire.
As you can see, we're here on the Highway 11, Rishbaktu, blocking this highway because we don't want SWN to continue their work. They're pulling out all the stops to stop us from stopping them. You know what I mean? We're taking it there right now.
People are angry. People are hurt. We've tried everything, and the strong arm that the police is giving us, it's just gotten out of control.
We had a common enemy to defeat, and that's what our goal was, and we all strive towards that. We had to be vigilant.
They still had 25 kilometers to cover, and then all of a sudden, mysteriously, at 11 o'clock in the morning, they just turned their trucks around. A few hours later, we found out they were, quote-unquote, done their exploratory program, and they'd like to thank us New Brunswickers for our cooperation and support. I think someone was a little sarcastic when they wrote that.
New Brunswick right now is fighting their provincial election on the issue of fracking. David Alward with the Conservatives has said, you know what, let's go with this full bore, let's do fracking.
There are people very concerned about, will this pollute the water resources? What will this do? And that's why the Liberal leader said that his party would have a moratorium if he was elected.
Seems to me we had a referendum and election at the same time. You know, when David Alward was saying, say yes to shale, and then people spoke up, and, you know, he's out.
Our government has put a moratorium on hydraulic fracturing until we fully understand the risks to our water, our environment, and our health.
You take a look at what happened out here from this little isolated community that's in the middle of the woods, and the stance that we all made against a multi-million-dollar company that's reverberated all over the globe. For us to stand up as a community, as one people, and tell them we're done, we don't want you here, and they listened. That made me feel good.
When you give your love and you give it all your best, this is the results that you get.
But you have to keep acting. If they lift the moratorium tomorrow, we're going to be on the picket lines again the next day.
And the fight will continue on. We'll fight with the government. We'll fight with the people nearby, just to make sure that the right of the people is being preserved.
It's not up to them what's going to happen in our land. It's up to us.
We're the landholders. We are the warriors. We are the protectors. So we did our job.